It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jaguars and the Colts. All that and more coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new era begins here in Indy as the Jags and Colts are underway to begin the new season. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Colts offense set to go to work, and they're led by a guy who's bounced around a bit the last few years, hoping to find a home with Indianapolis, Gardner Minshew.
Even though the Colts weren't quarterback to start the NFL draft, they wanted a veteran under center this season. They tabbed Minshew as that guy. The mustache and the mullet are in the Circle City, and he is their starter.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Taylor. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But, Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he's going to go down again. That's Foley Fatukasi who got in there and finished off the play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Of 12 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. On the return, here's Agnew. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year we got the Trevor Lawrence. So many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Travis Etienne, 32 yards. And the Jags post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So after a scoreless first quarter, our first score of the game here in quarter number 2.
And it comes on a great run too, Brandon, because once he got past that first wave, how about how he kicked it into high gear, able to outrace defenders all the way to the end zone.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00 like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now he's loose at the 40, and finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the move to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble in second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Lawrence steps away. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So we've reached halftime. Looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at the 34. Being chased out left. Shoves him away. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and
on 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Etienne bringing in another one. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll get this off to Etienne. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now Lawrence to throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Colts nothing.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Here's Minshew. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Minshew. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now it looks like he'll throw here. A very quick pass to Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
They're going to keep it on the ground, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of the 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Quick throw there is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They shake, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in, and he'll be out right at the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That complete to Downs. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down, Minshew. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 39. Now Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Minshew. And his throw is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side, all 4. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Jacksonville, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.